Hello, in the last video we have upgraded our application to perform complex arithmetic operations such as addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. This is the result it displayed. In this video we are going to upgrade to the final version that shows the operation that is performed, the results, and you can change the last number that you have input or the user inputs, either add a minus or remove it like such. For example, 23. If you click on this button, it becomes -6 and it becomes again +6. And you see the last operation here and the results that is displayed here. We will also change the number of the decimals after the decimal point here and display that in the interface. All right, let's go and do that. Start with the interface. So back here, we are going to add a button in the first row. I'm gonna duplicate this, plus, minus. Now it's aligned. And then let's change the design of this layout here. At first it was horizontal. We're gonna change it to vertical. And then we have our elements here that are in vertical. And then what we're going to do is create another layout. We can either do it by hand or by drag and drop in. So I'll go for a drag and drop here, drag and drop it here, and there we have it. And here I'm going to copy the text view and the button, put them in here, copy the text view and place it here. And in the text, I'm going to add last operation. Gonna remove the ID because in this context we don't need it. All right, now that we have this, let's try to see if that is working properly. The width is match parent. The height is wrap content. I'm gonna remove the weight, and I'm going to duplicate this and add the ID. Here it's text view history, and I'm going to remove this, and for the text I'm going to extract the string resource. Okay, and yeah, now we can see the results in this text view and the history in this text view. Back to our main activity, let's define this. In here I'm going to add TV history, and here btn plus minus. Let's go to our init views and define those. So duplicate this TV history, and for the button, plus minus. All right, let's start with the history because it's much more simpler. What we are going to do is when we click or the user clicks on equals to calculate, we are going to save the value. So here, button equals, we have the text view. We read the value, so let's do the string value equals this dot tv value dot get text dot to string. Then this dot the TV history dot set text. We're gonna set the value here, and I'm gonna copy this and replace it here. And then we can evaluate it and change the value. All right, that seems to be good. We are going to do the same when the user clicks on erase. We are basically resetting the, or clear, sorry, we are going to reset the value of the history. So button clear. We are going to add this, duplicate, and TV history too. All right, let's try this, see the results. All right, here's our application. 2 multiplied by 3 divided by 9. All right, that looks good. We have our results here. Now what we are going to do is change the number of decimals after the decimal point. Let's go in here after the user clicks on equals, and we're going to format the result before putting it in the text view. So to do that, we are going to use decimal format symbols. We're going to call it here format symbols equals a new decimal format symbols, and then decimal format df equals a new decimal format, and I'm going to use this format. Let's do only 4 decimals after the decimal point, and here I'm going to use this one. Now that we have this, we're going to use this format to format the results. So here, format, and we are going to format the results. Let's run this and see the results. All right, I'm going to divide 1 by 3. You can see that the result is much smaller. Divided by 9, result is much smaller, and if we multiply this by 27, all right, clear. Let's do 1 multiplied by 9, it's 9. All right, so that looks about right for now. The next step would be to change the button. So back to main activity, I'm just going to make a slight correction here at the dash minus, and let's configure this button here. So we have defined it here. We'll need to configure the click listener for it. So this dot, this dot btn plus minus dot set on click listener, then v lambda function, and let's start off by getting the value. So string value equals this dot tv value dot get text dot string, and we're going to check if the value is empty and if it ends with an operation. In these cases, we're not going to do anything, so let's ignore these cases. So if value dot length equals to 0 or value dot ends with a space, then return nothing. If it's not the case, what we are going to do is get the last operation or the last index of a space. So here int index equals to value dot get, last index of here a space, and we're going to check if this is not equals to -1, because if it's equals to -1, it means that it doesn't exist. If index is different from -1, what we are going to do is double last number. So here we're going to get the last number that is in the operation entered by the user. Here it's the double dot parse value dot substring starting from the index plus 1. So just to make this a little bit more clear, if we have, for example, 3 multiplied by 5, the index that we have here would be this one. So if we want the number, we should start from the index plus 1. Now that we have our number, what we are going to do is replace the value. So value equals value dot substring. We're going to get it from the beginning to index plus 1. And then we're going to add the minus last number. So if the number is positive, it's going to become negative, and if it's negative, it's going to become positive. Once we have our new value, this dot tv value dot set text our new value. Let's rerun this to see the results. All right, so 3 multiplied by 9, click on this, it becomes -9, click again, it becomes 9, so that's good. All right, we have our results. Now let's clear this and let's do 2. Here it's not going to work because the number 2 is the first element and we don't have any operation. We can correct that by going back to our code here, or we can just add else here. This .tv value .set text. Here we are just going to negate string dot value of minus double dot parse value. So we're gonna get the value here, convert it to a double, add the minus to it, then convert it to a string and set the value here. Let's run this and see the results. So we have 39, it's minus, 36, sorry, minus 36 plus 36. So that's good, multiplied by 2. All right, so we have our results here. All right, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to share them in the comments. And so far we have finished our simple application that serves as a calculator. If you have any ideas for a next project, feel free to share them in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next series.